How you doing? I'm Al Capone. Tonight's bedtime story is called Gary the Grasshopper, and it was written by me. Gary the Grasshopper woke up one day and went for a hop around the garden. He saw Sammy the Slug, who was nibbling some lettuce, and said, "Gee, I do beg your pardon, but I really don't think you should be eating those." "Oh yeah," said Sammy, "how come?" "Well, if you keep on eating these lettuces, and everybody else will have none." "Ah, bite me," said Sammy the Slug. "Why don't you hop it and leave me alone?" So Gary the Grasshopper did just that, and he hopped all the way back home. The very next day, when Gary awoke, he went for a hop around the garden. He saw Sammy again, who was nibbling a strawberry, and said, "Gee, I do beg your pardon, but I really don't think you should be eating those." "Oh yeah," said Sammy, "why not?" "Well, if you keep on eating these strawberries, everyone else will have diddly squat." "Ah, see if I care," said Sammy the Slug. "Why don't you do me a favor and scram?" But Gary was sick of this silly old slug, and he started to compose a plan. He went to Mr. Green the gardener, and immediately began to relay all that he'd seen of Sammy the Slug and his sordid little escapades. "Good work, Gary," said Mr. Green. "You've done the right thing," he said. "I will not rest till we're rid of this pest. That silly old slug is dead." Well, the very next day when Sammy awoke, he was greeted by a big surprise, for there on the ground were poisonous pellets intended for his demise. "Someone's trying to kill me," said Sammy, "and I think I know who." See, Sammy the Slug was no dumb schmuck. He knew exactly what he had to do. He went to pay a visit to Billy the Bird, the meanest damn bird in the garden. And trembling a little as he spoke, he said, "Sir, I do beg your pardon, but I've got a little situation, a problem with a troublesome bug. He's grassed me into the garden. I swear he's got it in for us slugs." "A grass, you say?" said Billy the Bird. "I can understand your frustration. You've done the right thing to talk to me, Sammy. I'll take care of the situation." Well, the very next day when Gary awoke, he too had a big surprise. For straight out of nowhere came Billy the Bird with a murderous glint in his eyes. "This one's for Sammy," yelled Billy the Bird, and Gary was stricken with fright as Billy rained down with thunderous force and gobbled him up in one bite. So long, Gary the Grasshopper, you double-crossing two-faced smuck. The moral of this story is, kids, always keep your big mouth shut. Sweet dreams.